Hey, 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 we are live. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Grush. With me is Rekla. And we have the third match of the Season 5 finals coming up for you. Stars are currently ahead 2-0. The last match was a bit of a bummer, to be honest. Grendel went blink dead in the
Yeah,
prep room
it's a shame that
and
that had
never
to
came
happen.
back. But tonight we do have Stars' primary, main lineup: Bodrum, Kimpaz, Azula, Kiid, and we have Card Sharks' primary lineup: Grendel, Hartney, Slann, Merilith. So this is going to be, the A team against the A team. No surprises here. Nothing coming up out of the ordinary.
No, and this is the first time that we'll see this lineup. This is the lineup that was successful against Stars the previous time. They sort of tunneled down Azula very quickly. We haven't seen Grindel, Hartney, Slann, Merilith in a while. The very first championship match, Slann wasn't available. The second, Grindel wasn't available. So now this is the first time, maybe the first real match we'll see between these two teams.
All right. Oh, you know what?
What?
The stream is not going to be live
Why is that?
because uh, Twitch sent me a notice about apparently they got hacked or something.
Yeah.
So the stream will not be live because I haven't reset it up. I had to get a new code out.
Well, that's okay. Can we just paste this later?
Yeah, it'll definitely go up on YouTube. That's for sure.
All right. Well, the match has started,
Yeah.
so let's be
Uh,
sure and cast in the present. Bodrum gets lucky this time. He gets a Draco, and he's already mounted on it. It's geared. Things are looking good as far as that setup goes.
we do have the gearing, like I
Big
said.
Kimpaz cones. He's going to want to holy smite that Meryl of his as soon as possible. It misses, which is not a good start for KCS, especially not on this sudden death match.
Oh, there we go. Overlay, because I'm a retard. Ha ha. Sorry. Okay. We do have the hammer of Cleoth's coming down, and a lot of damage going on to Kimpaz.
Yeah.
Well, a
Kimpaz,
lot of damage going on to Kimpaz. Did he
he
just get
also got
weakened?
weakened. Yeah.
So that's not going to be doing him any favors. His defenses are going to be in the crapper for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a trade off because Holy Smart missed, but Kimpaz is a weekend. He probably didn't expect that. Grindel is doing a lot of damage to him already. So, and
And
Azla is already in red. Look at this. Look,
so
it was
everybody's
two,
taking
three
a lot of
rounds.
damage.
Yeah, and it didn't take that much. I have the impression increasingly that Azla does not have that much health, which KCS capitalized on last time. They won that way. It looks like they're looking to do the same.
And they're definitely still pouring on the damage. Azula getting beat on right now, and down Azula goes.
Goes the
That's
same
the
way.
that's the danger of training mana like Azula has. If you have a lot of damage coming onto you, you can die real fast.
It is, and if you just look at that round, it was terrible. There was the rune hammer, and then Grindel's bash. Her
And
weapon was
then
removed. She got weapon stunned in that round. You can't really blame her, except
there's a
that the
ground
health is
control
a
right
little
after
low.
that as well.
Just total stun like the worst it could be.
Merilith picks up the flag, so they're gonna push it while they can. Um, Sorry, I was trying to fix issues. Is Kiid still up?
I think he is. I don't think he died. I think Azula was definitely the first to go.
Yeah, Kiid is up, and still plenty of health. He's in white, but there's no one to heal him any longer, short of Bodrum empathing.
Slan making an effort here. He got a choke on Kimpaz, which is good. Like you had mentioned this before in previous matches, but the time for an assassin to get all that utility out is after the first death because the other team is going to be defensive already, so you can kind of play the field.
Yeah, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be after a death. It just has to be after the first engagement. People are injured. They're trying to focus on curing blinds or, getting rid of maledictions, or they're trying to heal up. They're not focused on just like keeping somebody off of you.
Yep. Grindel's getting a little low. He just went into red, but like you said, that's not really a problem for a barbarian, and if anything, it makes them more threatening throughout the match.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at least into yellow you want to be. Honestly, I like being a little bit lower, like around that halfway mark, just because
Mhm.
that way you don't have to worry about getting healed up at an inopportune time, and then you're like, why am I not power swinging?
Kimpaz getting some damage out, but he's also the second most hurt of the four. Azula just died. Kimpaz is probably going to
Bodrum does
die
pick
short.
up the flag, though. Kimpaz trying to burn out his mana while he can, I think.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed about KCS is Bodrum is not quite the problem for them that it has been for other teams, like Hydra, for instance. The stun lock works pretty well on him.
Well, you have you have the mounted bash. You have Hartney for just the brutal spell damage. He's also got chain, which is on a runesmith isn't great, but Bodrum always has the Dracolich.
Yeah.
You've got
I'm not sure.
Offline damage between Hartney and Grendel.
I'm not sure that Bodrum capturing is the best move because at this point, I don't know if they're going to do it, but Merilith can walk the flag all the way across. They can kill Bodrum, and then theoretically, if they wanted to just go for another 2 caps, Bodrum would be out of their hair for a while. You know,
it's a delaying though. I mean, he can block them from capturing for probably at minimum 2 ticks.
Yeah,
and that's the first tick goes by, possibly the second, since he picked it up.
And it does look like he's just stun locked. I'm sure he's trying to chain Acid Blast. Yeah.
Apparently, he wants to focus on getting Slann down, which is actually a good idea. When your team has the field advantage, it's real easy as a choker, at least in my limited experience, I guess, to come down and just keep control of the match when people come out.
Yeah. And Merilith is going to get this cap uncontested at this point.
This is going to be 2 captures for Sharks.
Yeah. So what do you think they do at the end of the 2 captures? Do you think they run the third and try to force stars into a confrontation, or do you think they sit back? I mean, they don't have that much healing, but they could heal a little. I
think they definitely need to push it while they can. If they need to force stars into a position where the stars have to come out unfavorably. If you don't capture, then there's no pressure on the stars to come out. They can wait and group up. But if you're running that third flag, all of a sudden it's, oh crap, we have to get out there and stop this.
Mm-hmm. The staggering has neither been great nor terrible here. Kiid died, but they're staggering enough. I want to say a tick or 2 has gone by since Bodrum's death, since Azula for sure. She's already out again. So they're doing a pretty good job, which could bite stars in the end.
Let's see. Right now it's just Azula is still on the field, but as long as they don't let her cap, then it should be an easy second score.
Yeah.
For some reason, Team Red. Yeah, this is right. I'm not sure why the map isn't recording properly, but that's all right. The score is 1-0 for Card Sharks right now.
Yeah, Merilith does have the flag. Like you said, as long as they keep interrupting, it should be fine. It really shouldn't be that hard for them to interrupt at this point. They don't want to lose time on something so simple.
And there's a choke, so Azula definitely will not be interrupting immediately.
Yeah, and he's kept her choked for a while now, which is very good for them. She's actually in good health. I wonder if a Viper bot would be possible at this point, because he's just re-choking. She's in what?
It would be interesting. Viper Bite is frustrating to say the least. Let's see, the next player out should be Kimpaz. Bodrum a tick or 2 after that.
Yeah, but they do get the second cap off.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so no interrupt.
I see it happening, like you said. They're probably going to go ahead and cap to force a confrontation. They're going to do some damage to stars. Stars will probably wipe them at that point, but they're also in the advantage. I see this being a 3-2 just because stars will come out and wipe them, and if they play correctly, and Bodrum doesn't successfully
That's
interrupt.
Kimpaz on the field.
Yeah, so we'll see what he can do here.
Kimpaz and Azula for sure. Bodrum, I don't think is out just yet.
No, he's not.
There was no Viper Bite, so I don't know if they didn't
Yeah,
think of it or...
she might have taken a little too much damage. She went into yellow immediately, but that doesn't mean that much.
Grendel, stop bashing.
Oh, that one worked, though. She's in red
yeah.
already. That's just...
I mean, even the Ray of Truths are really hurting just because of the off alignments. Bodrum is out and back on his Dracolich, but it's injured, so it could die. In which case, Slann is going to have a little easier time with Bodrum. Could potentially just choke him out for the rest of the match.
Mm.
But there's no capture just yet from Sharks, so they're going to play it safe.
That's okay. I don't think that's a big issue. I think what they should do at this point, rather than try to cap, is just stay in Star's flag room. Just make sure they don't get a cap, and if you die, it's not that
Kiid is
big a
out,
problem.
so it is a full 4v4 right now. Kimpaz picks up the flag. No fear from Stars. As
well, they have
being
to.
Aggressive.
I mean, I think they have to at this point.
Yeah,
they want
to. They need to push it and get things going. Ooh, Hartney goes down. So now it's a 3v4.
Yeah, as I said, I think KCS is probably going to whop right now, but they can get some damage off while they do. As long as Kimpaz isn't moving, it's not a huge problem.
With Grendel did not resync.
And he bashed. Maybe on purpose.
I don't know that you would not resync right there on purpose. But maybe.
Well, let's see. Did he bash again without resyncing? Because if he did, he probably did it on purpose.
But I mean, they have a chance to just kill. I mean, like, look at this.
They're doing damage.
They could kill Kimpaz, and he did second wind, by the way.
But I agree with you. Do as much damage as you possibly can,
okay,
and
Kimpaz
he dies.
Goes down anyway.
Wow.
Merilith goes down in return.
This
Grendel
is
drops, but
this isn't good for Stars.
Maybe it's just protection. Maybe it was protection that dropped.
Yeah, but they all whopped in the same few seconds. Like this is actually really bad for Stars. They whopped on the same tick. I think they killed the flag holder. KCS couldn't hope for a better situation right now.
Yeah, you're gonna get 2 flags off of this.
Yes, you'll get the 2.
All 4 Sharks are gonna come up at the exact same time at full health. So I agree. This is a good position from Sharks. You know, Stars gonna get their 2 captures, but as long as the Sharks come out swinging, they're not gonna get the 3rd.
Well,
not
like I said,
at least.
No, I think KCS is in a really good spot. The only thing Stars might be able to do is run the 2 caps, run the 3rd cap. KCS is going to want to come out and cap as soon as possible. Bodrum will probably be waiting in their flag room. He's just used to it at this point. He'll probably try to interrupt as much as he can. If they stun lock him and just send him running, then they can get this going.
Alright, but there's going to be a bit of a downtime.
Shroud will be available soon too, which could factor into it somehow.
I mean,
Hartney will come out.
Hartney.
Yeah, I know. It's very risky, but Bodrum sometimes does risky things.
Yeah, I mean, if they can neutralize Hartney quickly, then maybe. But
yeah, but this is looking really, really good for KCS.
I mean, there's still always that air of uncertainty when it's a 2, you know, when it gets to that 2-on-2 point, but this definitely favors them coming out full health, full mana, and Stars should be fully healed up, all of them, but not full mana.
Yep.
And that Dracolich is hurt. That could, you know, if he rescues with it and it dies, he's not going to have another one coming out.
They did stack, so they know that they're on a time-sensitive win here.
But interestingly, Bodrum. See, I think I would have had Kiid capture for the second run right here.
I don't think it's a problem. I think Bodrum will get the capture across before it becomes an issue. Then they have any of the four they want to cap with the third.
But yeah, that was my point though. If you have Kiid capture, he captures before sharks are out, and then Bodrum picks up the flag immediately. He stacks the cap and is running it when sharks come out.
I don't think they'll do that. The only reason I say that is because Bodrum has always been in the enemy flag room to interrupt their capping. Like what Stars wants to do at this point is get that third cap across without sharks picking up a cap, and he's going to rely on his sizable health pool. He's always been the character to come out and interrupt the caps in the cap rooms. So I think they'll want him running the field, but we'll see. Yes, because he's easily the best of the four to do it.
Alright, well, Kiid is just about there. There we go. And here we go. Bodrum running across for the flag again. It looks like he is going to pick it up.
Well, he can on the Draco, is the thing. So we'll see if
you have to
Yeah,
you can capture. You have to dismount to capture and then ride. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dismount or dismiss.
I don't think he's going to be dismounting that fully geared Draco.
Yeah, and KCS is out for the engagement.
All right. Here
also,
we go. No, Grendel, stop! Stop it!
Again, very propitious for KCS because nobody picked up a flag.
That Draco is just taking crazy damage because Grendel is using a Hammer of Justice, Divine Power against the Undead. So every time that Bodrum rescues, that Draco is taking major damage.
Mm-hmm. Star is getting a little bit of an edge here. They're doing good damage to Hartney and Merilith, who are in yellow. Hartney is already in red. This is not the pressure that KCS wanted at the output here.
No. But, you know, as long as Slann can pull off a choke here.
Yeah, keep them blind, choke them off that. Get some utility in at this point. But Merilith's mana pool should be full. I assume Stars are a little down on that. Not much, maybe, but a little.
And Hartney is still taking damage.
Yeah.
Kimpaz getting some damage in return from a rather large Hammer of Clei.
Yeah. I also wonder if Smite will be up soon because Merilith missed on it a while back, so we'll see.
And nobody's carrying the flag just yet, so it's kind of a free-for-all right now.
Yeah, Stars may have done it on purpose because it looks like they were kind of ready for KCS at that point. They weren't in a defensive mode. They were ready to put some offense out.
Kimpaz putting out the cone damage, and that's probably digging into whatever health Hartney has left.
Yeah, so far it's been substantial.
Hopefully Merilith has been healing him up. Grendel having a little trouble getting onto who he wants to be. Now he's on Azula.
Yep. They weren't able to connect with Azula as well as they wanted at the offset, which all that spell damage just kind of ate into their group, but they're getting a little bit off now.
And yeah, Grendel just can't seem to get off of Kiid. I don't know if it's... I haven't seen rescues. I think it's just kind of auto-assisting onto the wrong target. But he can't seem to get onto Azula.
Yep.
Merilith has been taking a good bit of damage, and you know Hartney is still just eating those cones. Merilith is eating cones. Both of them could honestly drop any time now.
Bodrum
Slann
does
just took an
shroud.
unsynced cone, and there is the shroud, so they think they can drop Hartney here. And if they do drop him, alright, there's a smite onto Kimpaz. It's a little late, but I'm guessing it just came up.
Yeah, I am too. I'm guessing he has a timer on that. But even so, this is problematic for KCS. It looks like Stars sort of, at first KCS Stars, the fresh engagement, KCS won by targeting down Azula. They were ready for that on the second go-ahead.
They do seem to have disengaged to heal up a bit. Hartney
does
smited.
and dies off
drops
that.
completely, so that turns out to be a non-issue. But Bodrum being death shrouded is not a non-issue. That is a big, big problem.
Killing Hartney was huge for them.
I think what Sharks need to do right now is kill that Dracolich and choke Bodrum out. Because right now, here we go, he's about to jump on the flag.
Mm-hmm.
And once that happens, I mean...
No, there's nothing they can do.
I mean, you can kill the Draco, choke Bodrum out, just try and keep him choked, but you can't kill him.
Well, the only thing they might be able to do is kill the rest of his team. If they can get a cap off before he caps across, then they could just kill the others, and then he'd be a sitting duck.
Mm-hmm. Blind goes down onto Grendel. Merilith's still up to cure.
Yes. Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue.
And he's always got cleanse. Barbarians aren't too severely hurt. And another second wind. So this has been a lucky match for Grendel in that regard. I mean, that's 1,000 HP easily that he just regained.
It's been lucky, but Stars are doing so well this second engagement. Like, they have had KCS on the defensive the whole time. KCS's main strategy has been to, like, the Blitzkrieg strategy of, like, kill Azula and then kill the rest of the team. They're not pulling that this time, so this is looking poorly for Sharks.
Absolutely. I wonder if they have a plan in place for capping. Who's going to capture, what they're going to do, because they're going to have to counter capture. They don't have it. Even if you kill Kimpaz and Azula and Kiid, you're going to have to capture in order to stop Bodrum, because you're not going to kill him in this position.
Mm-hmm. And he hasn't gotten that far yet, I don't think. Let's see.
No, he's been stopping to range fireballs. He's not looking too eager to get across the map. He's just trying to get in extra damage as best he can. Slann drops though. Bodrum is chaining.
Yep, and there it is. Yep.
Okay.
That was an amazing comeback by Stars. They did a really good job getting their stuff together.
Yeah, absolutely. So a clean 3-0 sweep by the Stars.
It's a shame. I mean, even a 3-0 sweep, but it's a shame because that match, for example, was so much closer than either of the other two. And it was always roster issues,
Well, I thought the first match I thought was very close. It wasn't...
I feel like Stars had control most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part. But it was still, it was still a good match. There was always that second one that was, a little muddied. But overall, Stars are doing what they do best, which is win.
Yeah, and this will seal the third championship, right?
That's correct. The all-time winningest ACFL team.
Yeah, I want to say they have the best overall kill-death record and win-loss, and they also have the most championships at this point.
Mm-hmm. By pretty much any metric you consider, they're going to come out number one. There's 5 seasons, 3 championships. 3 of those to Stars, 1 to Sharks in the first season, I believe it was. 1 to Brutes in the previous season.
Yeah, you can't really say enough good about either team because KCS went from the worst record last season to being in the finals, which I think everybody would agree is an upset. And Stars, I think, deserve the kudos because regardless, they've always adapted. You know, the first season, Durgan was huge, and that was an assassin on the team, and then they sort of converted it to more of a mage composition in the seasons following. But regardless, they've always done well.
Yeah, and they've I mean, I do think, you know, a lot of that's just consistency. When you have the same players for so long, you develop just a really good rhythm, and you kind of figure out what works, and you just keep doing it. And you know, I mean, they're a damn good team. There's not much else to say about it.
I'm sure Flack is very happy that they won tonight.
Absolutely.
I'm still disappointed that the second match. I mean, I understand just based on the rules, based on if somebody drops a link, it's not really the ACFL's problem. But I would have loved to see another match of that kind of magnitude.
Yeah, it was definitely a disappointing match too, but these things happen. Moving on, we do have, you know, the next season of ACFL has already been announced for this coming up winter, and in the meantime, we've got, I think, early fall is going to be the Magma Cup, which should be exciting in its own right.
Yeah, so this isn't really bittersweet. You know, it would have been if we had started this casting 2 years ago, because there would have been such a gap. But maybe if we had, it wouldn't have been such a gap. But it's really something to look forward to. Like losing isn't that big a deal because you know that you have so much even in the same year coming up.
Definitely, there's opportunity for everybody to prove themselves coming up, so it'll be exciting. Let's see if stars want to talk and go on a quick break. Try and come back up in just a few minutes.
Sure.